listen, if a man asks you what you bring to the table, that man has a low credit score. Straight up. He's not even asking you. He's just revealing his hands, his cards. He's doing this. Here's the situation. I got low credit. What do you bring for the table so that I can get a cosigner on that new challenger? I need somebody to move into the house and cut my rent in half. Please. That's what he's asking, folks. If he's asking what you bring to the table, he wants to know how much money you make so that one day you can sign off on that car note. But I can make the payments, I promise. That's what it means. That's the real answer. Men that ask women those kinds of questions harbor a real resentment for women. They got a poor financial situation and harbor resentment for women because they feel that women don't have it as hard as them, financially speaking, blah, blah, blah. Which isn't fucking true anyways. But they feel like that women have an easier time of it because ballers will be happy to date women that come from all walks of life. Hell, men will marry the waitress. They don't give a shit. And men recognize that, and they think that life is so hard and unfair for them. They have to work so hard. So if I'm going to date you, what are you going to bring to me? Me. That sounds like a man that just doesn't have his house in order. Or a house at all. Ha! Or even a house at all. This house isn't in order. What house? What table? Did the table come with the apartment that you're renting? Does it come fully furnished already? What are you talking about?
Rych Babes, let's talk about it. When a man asks, what do you bring to the table? What's your response? Now, I know some women start listing all of their degrees, their careers, how they cook, how they clean, how they support their men, and how they will be a ride or die. But let me stop you right there, because the real question is, why is he asking? Let's be honest, a truly masculine, high-valued man would never ask this. A man in his divine masculinity sees a woman's value instantly. He doesn't negotiate or interrogate. He doesn't question it. And he damn sure doesn't make her perform to prove it. So when a man asks you this, it's giving feminine energy. It's giving, I don't know my own worth, so I need to humble you to feel better about myself. Because a real masculine man, he leads, he provides, and he protects. He's not worried about what you bring. He's too busy building the table, making sure that there's room for you to sit at in peace. In peace. So today, my lovelies, let's break it all the way down. Why men ask this, what they really mean, and how to answer with confidence without feeling like you have to prove your value. All right, let's get right into it. Make sure that you like, subscribe, and share, and I will be back shortly.
I'm about to put some women on game and tell you something that you may have never heard. A woman's value lies in the intangible things, where a man's value lies in the tangible things. What do I mean by this? Men are providers, protectors, and professors, meaning everything that they do is more physical. The money, the protecting, physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, all of that stuff. Whereas women are the nurturers. So where a woman's value lies is, how does she make her man feel? Does she uplift him with his words? Can he trust her? Is she loyal? Does she support his dreams? Does she take care of his legacy? Meaning, if he gives her a home, how does she nourish it and steward it? Women are the warmth to a man's life. A man can have a house and it can feel a little cold. When a woman comes in, she decorates it. She makes it more homey and feels good. So a woman's value lies in the feeling she brings to a man, where a man is more of the physical aspect. That's why a lot of men will tell you with money that they don't care about your money, and they don't care about your degrees, and they don't care about all of that stuff. Now, some men don't mind an ambitious woman. So just because you have those things doesn't mean that you're less valuable. But what I'm saying is, that's not where your value lies. So if you are a woman who is solid, who is respectful, she knows how to talk to her man, she can uplift her man with her words, she can support his dreams, she does not tear him down, she creates a safe space where he can be vulnerable and lay his armor at the door. If she's not going to use his weaknesses against him, if she's going to steward what he gives her well, then you are rare and you are a valuable woman. So if you are that type of woman, understand that your standards need to be up here, because we don't know what our value is as women. So we settle for the stuff down here when you should be really aiming for the stuff up here, because every woman isn't like you. And these are earthly values, not the value that you get from you and God. God's value is more important than all of this combined, but just speaking of physical, worldly value.
Hey, Rich Babes, it's Robin Milan, and this is a Rich Girl's Glow Up. Now listen, when a man asks you what you bring to the table, he's not looking for a real answer. He's testing you. And let me be real with you. This is one of the most unmasculine questions a man can ask. A man who is truly in his masculine energy, he doesn't need to ask this, because he already knows that when a woman is in her feminine energy, she naturally enhances everything she touches. But these men who ask, they're the ones looking for a woman to split the bill, build a house, and still cook and clean while they contribute the bare minimum. A truly masculine man isn't sitting around debating what a woman brings. He's too busy handling business and creating a space for her to thrive. So today, we're going to talk about why men ask this question and what do they really mean, how to respond without falling into the trap of justifying yourself, why you are the prize girl and don't need to bring anything to a table you built, and also how to stay in your feminine energy and attract masculine men who recognize your worth. Because, babe, you are the table, period. Let's get right into it.
The best thing a man can ask you on a date is, what do you bring to the table? Because two things straight away. If you want a masculine man in his masculine energy, he is not one. He has told you straight away that relationship cannot happen. Finished. Done. But the second thing is, that man is so deep in his feminine energy that you could probably sit down, have a date with him and learn from him how to be in it. Because even the concept of sitting down and thinking, what can this person do for me and what do they bring to the table, is so in his receiving energy. The fact that he's even sitting there and having the audacity to say that is so deeply, like, I mean, I'm not even sure me and you can get that feminine, is so deeply in there that we got a lot to learn from this guy. If a being is in their masculine energy, male or female, they're thinking, what can I bring to the situation? That is why that's such a pivotal question to find out if he is in it or not. If he's asked you it straight away, you know he's not in it.
What do you bring to the table, Sarah? I'm waiting for it.
Well, if a man were to really say to me, Sarah, what do you bring to the table? I would say the ability to see what the table needs and then bring that. Because if everyone's bringing turkeys, but we're all vegetarians, or if everyone is bringing cutlery, then there's no food. Or if everyone is bringing napkins and wine, but there's no bread, we're all going to be drunks, we're all going to be starving, or we're all going to be dead. So I think one of my strongest abilities inside of what I bring to the table is I'm constantly seeking what needs to be, what does the table need? Mm-hmm. And then I'm going to go get it and make it. Or I'm going to say, you know what, this table actually isn't for me. I love this for y'all. This is great, but I'm going to exit stage left. So thank you.
It takes a lot of self-awareness to be able to assess a table and see what it needs. I've never heard it that way because like naturally or subconsciously when women are asked that, I automatically think, we bring our wombs, we bring peace and kind of,
and I make this much money and I this, that. The
for
truth,
one, money, men don't care about how much money you make.
Well, not only that, but how arrogant to think that the things that you bring to the table is what every person needs. We're all different.
And we're not for everybody.
Yeah. And the truth is, high value
is
subjective to whoever sees it. What do you actually need? And I think that is the part that people are missing. I bring a lot to any table that I'm at.
Hello?
But the most beautiful thing that I bring is the ability to identify what do you need and then to serve it to you.
I am a personal witness to this, y'all. She's awesome sauce.
Thank you.
I love Sarah.
You know what I love? I love in the Bible, Esther. You know, when he asked her, what can I do for you? You can have anything, even if it's my whole kingdom. And she says, let me throw you a banquet. Third time is when she finally asked for something. Free my people. He asked her 3 times, what do you want? You can have anything, even if it's my kingdom. And she said, let me throw you a banquet. You know, I feel like that's what I bring to the table. The ability to be patient enough for you to enjoy, to identify your needs, to see what's necessary. Let me throw you a banquet. But hey, we're also going to free my people.
Yeah, for sure.
You know?
I rub your back, you rub mine. I love that.
Ladies, don't entertain or stay with a man who asks you, what do you bring to the table? To me, it's like asking, why should I choose you? Why should I stay with you? Why you? And that just shows me that you lack the emotional intelligence, that you're not capable of seeing or understanding through my actions and behaviors how I can add value to your life. And so if staying with you is a test of whether I'm fulfilling your requirements or up to your standards, then I'm failing right then and there, because an emotionally intelligent man doesn't need to test a woman he knows is going to pass with flying colors. And what is known doesn't have to be said. And for me, it's just an indication that you have some sort of insecurity, that you're jaded, and that you just have some work to do. And I'm not going to be there by your side to do the work with you, because I've learned that we're not here to save anyone at our own expense, at our own happiness, mental health, and overall well-being.
All right, let's be clear. A man who truly values a woman is not asking this. Men who ask this usually fall into one of these categories. So here's the red flag number 1. The transactional man, okay? He sees relationships as deals and not connections. He wants to make sure he's getting more than he's giving. He wants you to list off your benefits so he can decide if you're even worth it. Red flag number 2, the brokey but entitled man, okay? He's looking for a woman to be his provider, his maid, his therapist, all in one. He expects you to prove yourself while he brings the bare minimum. And red flag number 3, the control and ego man. He wants to see if you're insecure enough to start listing reasons why you deserve him. He wants to see if you feel like you have to compete for his validation. But here's what they all have in common. They are operating in their feminine energy. A masculine man leads. He sees his role as a provider and a protector. A man sitting up asking you, so what do you bring? Is looking for a co-leader, a business partner, a woman to do his job. And as a woman in your feminine energy, that is not your role. So let's talk about how to answer this without falling into the trap.
If a man were to ever ask you, what do you bring to the table? I want you to respond with this. I bring my emotional support because I know that the first objective of a man is to provide. And if you were to ever lose your job or income, you are going to need it while you're trying to reclaim your status as a provider, a man in our relationship. I may offer some financial support as well, depending on where we're at in our relationship. I'm just being honest. I'm being sincere because I want to see you as the man or a man in our relationship. And then just sit back and listen. Listen to his response. Depending on his response, that will tell you if he's a man or just another pretender.
What should a woman bring to the table? I hate when people talk about this, but I'll tell you the only thing that a woman needs to bring to my table. First of all you got to do is do right by me. You just got to reassure me. You just got to communicate with me and just motivate me in the areas of my life that you don't necessarily have control over. But as far as anything material wise, as far as the cooking and cleaning and all of that other shit, all of that shit is out. I'm not expecting a woman to enter my situation and be a fucking man. No. Come and enter my situation and bring your feminine energy. That's the whole reason that I was attracted to you. That's the only thing that I want from you is feminine energy. That's it. That shit is relaxing. That shit is peaceful. I don't be understanding what y'all want a woman to say back to that question. What do you bring to the table? What the fuck is she supposed to bring?
Asking a woman what she brings to the table is a waste of time, especially if you're a man who wants to be a traditional husband and these things. Like, that question shouldn't even exist in your mind, not as an expectation for her. It's even okay if you're not 100% there, but as a man you have to do 100% of what you're able to and have the plan or the ambition to take on 100% of those responsibilities. You can't have it both ways. You can't have a woman who's soft, submissive, looks at you as the leader and all of these things, but then in the same breath ask her what does she bring to the table and expect for her to fulfill the responsibilities that the masculine in the relationship is supposed to. It doesn't really make sense.
You said, what are you bringing to the table? Men are tired. I'm not bringing nothing to the table, baby. Sprinkle, sprinkle. If you want a woman to bring something to the table, go to IHOP. Go to the restaurant where you can tip her, baby. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Because if I bring something to the table, you're going to be mad because it's going to be another man who's going to not ask me to bring something to the table. He's going to take care of the bill, them kids, and everybody else. And you, if you look broke. Okay? Sprinkle, sprinkle. That's how I roll. All right? Tired of these broke dudes sitting at the table looking for the handouts.
That's what's wrong with this generation today. These young boys today, what does she bring to the table? The hell you mean, man? What do your ass bring to the table? You got a woman that can come to the table that can make another you. What else she need to slide up to the table with? What about your job? What happened to men who were supposed to be responsible? Do you know that it's our job to take care of a woman and some children, to have a family? That's our damn job.
Now, most women respond in one or two ways. One, they will list out all of their qualities, like they're on a job interview. Girl, okay. Number two, they get defensive and snap back. What do you bring? Both of these responses, the approach is wrong, because you don't owe anybody a PowerPoint presentation on why you're valuable. Instead, here's what you need to do. One, you can flip the question, right? That's an interesting question. Why do you ask? You can say, it depends. What kind of table are we talking about? Or you can say, I bring exactly what the right man deserves. Are you him? Or the option two is stay in your feminine energy, and you can say something like, a man in his masculine energy never asks a woman this. He already knows. Or you can say, I bring peace, confidence, and abundance, but I don't give that to just anyone. Or you can say, I bring my femininity, my presence, and my energy, but I only offer that in environments where I feel safe and valued. So, babe, you don't need to over explain or prove anything. A woman in her feminine energy, she doesn't audition, she attracts. So let's be clear. A man who truly recognizes value never makes a woman feel like she has to prove why she deserves him. He will already know, and if he doesn't, then that's not your man. Girls, stay in your feminine energy and just move accordingly, Rych Babes. I just need you to hear me. You are not here to prove your worth. The right man will never ask you to. The right man will never question it. And the right man will already know. So, my girls, drop a I am the table in the comments if you are done explaining yourself to men who don't deserve you. I am the table. Like, what are you saying? And if you are ready to elevate your mindset protecting your energy, and step into the life that you deserve. Make sure that you sign up for my Rich Mindset Mastery course. I cannot wait. Oh my God. This is a wait list, okay, because I am currently developing it as we speak. And I'm so excited. I haven't gave out a launch date yet, but once I am secure in it, then I definitely will. In the meantime, make sure that you grab my Becoming Her ebook. It is $10 and you will get a free affirmations ebook that comes along with it. So it's a cute little bundle. I'll see you at the top because the bottom is too crowded. Until next time, Rich Babes, stay rich. Love you.